Hey guys, it's Chris here. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to do first installment for the $500 challenge. So I really want to clarify exactly, I've talked about it in live videos. I want to clarify what my goals are, what I'm going to consider success, and what you guys should consider success. So the $500 challenge, I've picked an arbitrary number, $500. I'm going to bring a private label to market using $500. And with that, of that money, I have $500 to work with. So I need to say, okay, well, how much am I going to spend on the product? How much am I going to spend on advertising? Now, last night I did a video called Steal This Private Label Idea. And what it was about going to Dollar Tree, and buying glasses and etching them. Okay, you can do that. That's a perfectly reasonable private label product. And look at this, uline.com. Glass jars. So retail boxes. Oh, those are moving boxes. But look, we could get retail boxes. Okay. You could potentially use craft paper to wrap the boxes, put mugs, like take a glass, put it in craft paper, put it in this box. I am going to, this is the kind of thinking that's outside the box kind of stuff. Okay. And you can get, a really nice snazzy looking product for nothing. I mean, look at this, 5 of these boxes. So this is per carton. So each one of these, okay, so you get 100 of them for $17 on this 3x3. And if you go to Dollar Tree, you could get shot glasses that are that size. Get shot glasses with etch fruit on them or something like that. Like, I'm just kind of on this kick of thinking about etching glass for some reason. My product that I'm going to come up with, I'm not going to explicitly say what the product is, but you guys are going to figure it out real soon. My product is a food product. Okay. My cost of it landed. Now, initially, I've kind of talked about this a little bit. I ordered it from China. I got it. It was awful. I found an American manufacturer that's actually going to make it cheaper for me than what I was buying it from China. It's going to be made in Pennsylvania. Okay. Shipping's free. Shipping is fast. And all this stuff. So, be creative with your sourcing. You don't need, I'm not going the Andy Slammons route where I do all this research. I am bringing a product and then I'm making a market for the product. And what Andy Slammons and what Scott Volker do is they look at, is there a product? How do I fill that void? Or is there a market for a product and then bring the product to that market? What I'm actually doing is I'm making the product, then bringing the market to the product, not the product to the market. Okay. It's a little bit different, but what I think the advantage here is that nobody is selling my product on Amazon. Okay. And, that's huge. Okay. With all of these private label products, I see people all the time it got way oversaturated real fast. All of a sudden I can't sell it. Well, my product's actually a custom product. You can't have my product. So I really like that. That's what I'm doing. Now, the steps that I'm going to be taking to do this. I have found a niche. Now, my niche is religious. Okay. My product has Bible verses in it. Okay. So that's my niche. Now, what my basic roadmap to success here is, I'm going to find my niche. I'm going to build social media presence. Then I'm going to come up with the product. So even if you're just thinking to yourself, hey, I love fishing, I want to bring a fishing product to market. You don't need to have the product. You just need to have the niche to start growing your business. So let's say you're going to do a camping product and you haven't decided, hey, am I going to bring camp stoves? Am I going to bring camp, tent pegs, whatever. We could start to build a social media presence just based on that. Okay. So with social media, what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do this, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how I'm doing it, is I'm going to start by coming up with, roughly the niche I'm going to be in. Like I said, my niche, now I already have the product, but even before I had the product, I could have known what niche I was going to be in. Literally it could be baby stuff. It could be anything. Then I'm going to build social media presence. Now, the social media that I'm going to focus on is I'm going to focus on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Okay. Now, I'm going to use those three, and I'm going to build them for a month or so, because keep in mind, if you are going to be, getting a product from beginning to land, okay, or from beginning to getting it to Amazon, you might be looking at a month. Okay. Well, a month is a long time to build social media presence. Okay. So if you can do that, then when you launch, you already have mature social media. I mean, it's only a month mature, but it's better than nothing. So many people, they fail because they start their social media campaign right when they launch the product. Well, it's too late then. Okay. And then you got to wait all this time. They're unsuccessful. They get frustrated. Well, now if you start your social media presence before you even have the product, you're golden. Now, what I want to show you guys here is what I will do with social media here. So, like I said, my product is a religious product. So, what I could do here is I could take these. Okay, so let me show you here. What I'm going to do, so here's a famous Bible verse, with God all things are possible. I'm using a product here called Canva. Okay. I love Canva. Okay. I gotta give big props to Chris Green and Nate McAllister. They both talked to me, mentioned this to me, and I am just blown away by it. Okay, so let me show you this. So I'm going to use Instagram. I love Instagram, and we can talk more about Instagram, but I'm going to show you something cool that I can do here with Canva. And what you can do is you can just sit down and just knock these out real fast. So, okay, let's look at this. Okay, I'm just pulling this. Okay, watch this. I'm going to make a really cool post right now. Okay. So again, I could use Photoshop. Definitely could. Oh, let me do this. Oh. What was the Matthew 19:26? Okay. Okay. So now we have that, but that picture's lame. Mount Hood. I like mountains, so now, okay, I realize that somebody's probably going to bring this up. I am saying YOLO with copyrights right now. Okay, I am not. I'm just going for it. Okay, and you can, could this get you in trouble? Absolutely. For this kind of stuff, I'm kind of doing it and then asking permission later. I don't think that anybody's going to bother me about this. Okay, I'm going to upload my image. Okay. There you go. There you go. Okay. That is a perfectly acceptable thing to post on Instagram. Okay, so what I want to do with this now, firstly, I can save this. I'm gonna download it here. Okay, and I'm gonna save this. And hey, I friggin' love that they put these little quotes here. Okay, with God things. Okay, so there you go. I have an Instagram post. Now, what I want to do with Instagram, so all social media is about bringing value to people. Okay, you guys, let's talk about my Facebook here. I got FBA, Amazon FBA with Chris Anderson. Okay, so we want to look here at this, and you can see I'm bringing value to this. Chris Grant, who had this originally, brought value, and I'm seeing I posted a video I made here about tactical arbitrage. That's valuable. I got a lot of engagement. Now, when I go to post something, and I got 11 likes here, or actually 13 likes here. I actually got messages from people that wanted me to do coaching for them for tactical arbitrage after making this video. So that was great. But, you look at the engagement here. I post this about Matt. I get 12 comments. This kind of stuff. I'm trying to bring value. And the easiest way to bring value here was something like this. So we got this Instagram post is to post it on Instagram. Now, to post on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, and you can actually use this post on all three. In fact, I'll show you here. I'm going to do this in FBA Supergroup and then Amazon. Okay, let me actually do a business quote here. Okay, by the way, that's Steve Martin as Sergeant Bilko. Okay, so let me show you this. I'm going to make a new post. I promise there's a reason for this. One thing that's actually kind of funny, you can do this, okay, so I have, my, saved designs here. It saves all the ones I've done so far. So, this is the new header that I posted just a few moments ago in FBA Supergroup. I made it using Canva. Okay. This little thing I designed for my YouTube stuff, made using Canva, obviously. So let me show you this. I'm going to do, a social media post here. And I'll show you how this works. Exactly how I'm doing it. There is kind of a cool juxtaposition here. I kind of like this. But here's what I'm going to use. Let's look, because I feel like there's better. I'm going to put a picture of Steve Martin. Oh, there we go. Okay. FBA Super Group. Actually, I want to be Superhero Sellers. I'm not FBA Super Group. I'll show you this in a second. Superhero. And you can keep reusing this, by the way. Like, once you have this laid out how you want it. Okay, so Steve Martin. There's some pretty iconic pictures of Steve Martin that I want to use. So you know what? Let's go classic. Let's do this. Okay, so let's see if this actually fits. And actually it does. They actually auto fit it for me, which I did not want because I don't like how that fits, but drag it onto the canvas. See, I don't. So I kind of like that layout there. Okay, now we got to send it to the back. Okay, it's all the way at the back now. We need a shape. We need to block that a little bit. Okay. Let's just pick a color here that's decent. I like blue. Blue is a very trustworthy color. That's why I do a lot in blue. It builds trust with your audience. Orange back. By the way, I'm not a graphic designer, so you know, these are probably similar results to what you guys would get. Like, all I ever wanted was an honest week's pay for an honest day's work. Let's tweak that text. I don't like that color. So we could do like hashtag superhero sellers. We could do whatever we want here. I don't like the whole hashtag thing with like typing them out, but I'll show you what I would do in a moment here. And the reason I'm making this is I wanted to make this with you guys and use it effectively and show you that. Okay, I like that layout a little bit better. You know what I'm going to do here? I'm going to do something a little crazy because Steve Martin's a wild and crazy guy. Look, I'm making my own layout now. I'm going off the rails here. Okay, now I need a text. This is going to be a subheading. That's League Spartan. We do want to match text, by the way. You don't have to match colors. Steve Martin. It's actually kind of cool to contrast colors a little bit. And what might be a little bit tough on your screen to see is these actually are lining up for me in a meaningful way so that I'm actually able to like lay this out correctly fairly easily. Okay, there's like a little grid line that pops on my screen. Okay, there we go. We got... There we go. That's a great, like, I love this layout that I just did here because you guys know me. You know I'm kind of a silly guy. I love Steve Martin. He's probably one of my favorite comedians. This is a great business quote by him. It's an unexpected quote, and let's save it. Let's make some, let's, you know, do something with this here. Okay. Okay, this is called Sunset Chaser. Okay, so now we have this. I'm going to post it on my wall because I like it. I'm going to post it in my Facebook group, my public Facebook group, and I'm going to post it to the super group, okay? Now, I don't need to do anything at this point. I could just send this now, or let me do some hashtags. By the way, Hootsuite is, just before anybody asks, works on Twitter, works on Facebook, works on Instagram just fine. Okay, so I don't have any Instagrams on it right now, but I could easily add, an Instagram or something like that. I don't have one right now set up for it, but again, we could very easily do that. Okay, FBA. And even though these don't highlight it, when you guys are in the subgroups, I use Hootsuite to post everything. I don't know if you guys noticed that because I schedule stuff. So that's one of the things with this, like you have, you have a scheduling thing with it. So I could post this like all day and all night. Like I can knock out a dozen of these, sit down at once, and then post them all to my Instagram. Okay. If I wanted to, hustle, hashtag Steve Martin. Like I kind of want with the hashtagging, and like we can talk more about hashtagging, later, or into, so I would do things that are relative to the post and relative to me. So like when I have my product that's religious based, I could do hashtags that are based on that. So let me show you here how to find those. Okay, so let me see here. I have let me show. Let me show church. Okay, church. Okay, so what we can do here, let's pull up. So you see here, other people are doing the exact same thing. Okay, now we could grab these. We could actually kind of take this if we wanted to. But what we could do is we can look here at these hashtags and start to save them. Okay, and like I like to remove the ones that I think are kind of dumb, that don't really apply to this. But like hashtag somebody, like that's so. Hashtag Jesus, that would be good. Hashtag bless, okay. Hashtag memes, not liking it. So I'm going to delete that one. I'm going to delete someday, or somebody. Okay. CH memes. That leads me to believe that might be a thing. Okay, so we can click there. Oh, church memes. Okay. There we go. And we see here, these have a lot of hearts. There's people that are looking at this. This is done with a lot. So if we were to take that quote that we made earlier with Canva, with God all things are possible, we could then hashtag it church memes and start to build, start to build ourselves up with it. Okay. And I mean, these images are so simple. We can look here even at, free stock photos. Okay, so if you want good images that you're not gonna end up potentially being sued over, this would be a good way to go. I was just Googling earlier, but like I could have, instead of doing a mountain, the Mount Hood that I did, oh, that's probably even a better photo for that with God all things are possible thing. Free for personal use and commercial use. There you go. No attribution required. Okay, so this could probably be a better photo, and we can, we can free download it. It's available in big sizes, but we don't need it that big. The medium would be just big enough for us. Okay, church. Okay, and there we go. You could do something, and then here's this really cool image. Oh, actually, here, I like this one even better. Okay, so we got church pews that are, yeah, Bible quote lonely. Okay. So Bible quote lonely. Okay. Okay. I'm actually going to make the I'll do a post on this. Be strong career. Here we go. Turn to me and be gracious for me. Okay. So I think that that's a cool quote here. Okay. And there you go. Like that would be perfect to go with those church pews, to kind of get that vibe. And then what we would do is when we would go to post it, we would have gone through here and grabbed various quotes on this, quotes from this, and here's what I wanted. So we could go with, you know, church memes, meme history. Like I don't like that one. Instagod. Okay, so there's Instacats, and we can search the oh, over 500,000. Okay. Oh, and another thing, misspelled ones are great. Okay. But you see what you can start to do as you're getting, that does not belong there. When you're starting to build these up, you'll get people that follow these hashtags, and you'll actually start to get likes from people that you have no idea why you're getting them. So this was like huge when I would do wedding rings. So the biggest one I did was Offbeat Bride. Okay. You know, right around 40,000 posts. And then we can look here. They're really good with hashtagging. So you'll see like 13th Street Cocktails. That's a shoot. There you go. So like, hashtag the Roaring 20s. Okay, so like, let's say I made an Art Deco ring. I could do, you know, hashtag Art Deco, hashtag the Roaring 20s, hashtag alternative wedding, you know, that kind of stuff. And let me tell you, like, seriously, doing these hashtags, and I'll help anybody that needs help with them. If you guys have a hashtag, like I'm going to do a live webinar about social media stuff where we'll go over it together. But I wanted this video to be an intro for you guys with this. This is so powerful. Actually, I'll show you my Instagram in a moment here. How do I view just my Instagram? Coach. I'm FBA coach. Okay. So that's me. Okay. So you can see here, like, you know, like these donuts here, I did get a lot of likes on. I liked it myself. But like these rings here, as I would come down, not all of them really got that much stuff. Like I would start, like these were where I started to really experiment with my hashtagging, okay? And getting, you know, 600, 500 views. But, you know, when you look at this Instagram, you're looking at the Instagram of a person. Like this looks, you know, I have good engagement on this kind of stuff. I don't even know who this is. I don't know who Rach is. But yeah, I'm not friends with her. But, you know, you start to get people that like stuff. You know, if I would have like done like hashtag, you know, I could edit this now and do like hashtag Hello Kitty, hashtag tattoos, hashtag ow that hurt, you know, that kind of stuff. It was really effective. Here's like a picture. This is a cave that I like to hang out. I don't really hashtag my stuff because I'm not doing this stuff to get social media. But what I can do is I could do, you know, like you look at like somebody like Chris Green that's probably like always on the move. You know, I could, like when I'm in Denver or something, I could, you know, hashtag Denver and that kind of stuff. You know, this is pretty effective. Okay. I'll do a live webinar with you guys where we talk about it more and maybe we can do some more case by case stuff, but this is very effective. So this falls into our plan with building social media presence. Now, what we want to do is, and let me, before I go on, let me actually post this. So I'm going to post this in all these groups. Some work for my private group. Hashtag hustle. Hashtag wild and crazy guys. Okay. So there we go. We got FBA, Hustle, Superhero Sellers, Wild Crazy Guys, Steve Martin. Let's do hashtag self-employed, hashtag unemployable. You know, it's always easy to, or a good idea to use spell check on this. Okay, so we're not going to schedule this. I just want to post it. So I'm going to turn that off. But I don't want to schedule this either. There you go. Okay, so my message posted. There you go. Okay. So, you know, that's going to create engagement in this group. Okay. You know, we can come back to this later. You guys could be, you know, see how many likes I get on it. And, oh, there you go. Kenny Avocat. So already I'm getting engagement with this guy, right off the bat. There you go. And, you know, his like shows up on the timeline. Maybe I get some shares. You know, if you start to get some shares, you make something cool like this, you can kind of get a little bit of virility to it or viralness to it. Again, that's not what I shoot for, but it is entirely possible. So with things like Instagram and Facebook, what I would be doing in Twitter is I would be setting up posts like this to go a couple times a day. Okay. Okay. So what I want is like, with Instagram, you have this 3 grid. Okay. So what you can do now, I've never cared about this, but this is something that a lot of people, make a suggestion to do, is to do like in the 3 grid, the 3 wide. Okay. Is they'll do 1 and 2, they'll do 3 posts a day. Okay. So they'll do, using like camping quotes. So they'll do a camping meme, a product post, a camping meme. Okay. And you can do that, or, you know, what I would do personally while we're building before we have the product is I would do straight camping memes, and I would probably do 2 or 3 a day. Okay. Schedule them, with, Hootsuite. Now, Hootsuite is free, but there's a paid version of it. I use the paid version. So, in the paid version, they have, I think it's only available in the paid version, they have this auto schedule. Okay. And I've used it before. It's very effective. And again, I will actually do an Instagram for you guys and share with you, you know, what my Instagram is and everything. So you can see exactly how it is that I'm doing this. But if you follow this, you know, set the auto schedule or schedule it yourself. I find, you know, the most effective times are basically when people are home from work or when people are at work. Okay. People dick around a lot on their phones. So, you know, find what works for you. You know, try a little experiment where you post 5 things in the evening and 5 things during the day. See what does better for you, and then start posting when it does best for you, but post a little bit when it's not as good. You know, there are sometimes, you know, posting at 4 o'clock in the morning is advantageous because less people are posting then, because it's not an effective time to post, or not as effective. So you might have a little bit less competition. You might not get lost in the noise quite as much. So again, what we're doing is we're building social media so that when the product is live, when we get the product to Amazon or, you know, really any venue, it doesn't matter what we're doing, we can then have it ready to go, that we start to push out that product. And we have followers on the Instagram. We're doing something with it. Okay. And I will show you guys building that from beginning to end, so that you guys have a better idea what I'm doing. Sorry, my neighbor's kids in my yard. Anyway, so let me make sure I didn't miss anything here. Okay. So, like, these are the steps. Okay. So, you know, we found the niche, you know, camping, religious, whatever. We started our social media presence. Again, we want to do that right away, even before we necessarily have a product ready. Okay. I used Canva. Okay. Use whatever you want. Okay. But like, there's so many, like, oh man, like, just, I'm looking at that waffles image, and it's funny because they just line up, free things that you can use. And what about just a waffle image that just says nothing is sweeter than success or something like that? Hell, I might have just come up with a quote that's like, that's a perfect quote about business or something like that. So that's perfect. And you could sit down and knock these out, knock out a dozen of them, knock out 100 of them. By the way, also with Canva, probably, Chris Green and I have talked about it before. It's such a good way to make shirts for merch, by the way. Okay. So just keep that in mind. Just want to make sure. Okay. So that's the whole process that we're going to do. We're starting, the other thing is, the reason I like this method is, number one, it's free. Okay. Canva is free. Hootsuite is free. There is a paid element to Hootsuite. If you want to use the auto schedule, I think that you have to pay for that. You can upgrade Hootsuite to a paid version, but it is free for what you guys are doing. So social media is free. Canva is free. Hootsuite's free. You have done nothing. You haven't touched your $500 yet. Okay. So that's very effective right there. Then, we get our product in, and, again, I know a lot of people are probably going to ask me about, like, how do you research a product? I didn't do any product research. I thought of something. I was like, hey, I think that that's a good idea. I found out nobody else was selling it, at least not how I wanted to sell it. And that's it. Okay. And I'm going to tell you right now, guys, I do consulting for private label sellers. Okay. I do consulting where I sit down with them and I show them, how to make their products more effective. Nobody does this. Okay. Nobody has this, does this thing. Okay. So if you're coming into it, and you have, a camping product, this will help you stand out. Like, this social media, it can be so valuable. When Facebook went public and they had to, declare a value, the only value, by the way, I don't know if you're aware of this, if a product is free, you are the product. Okay. That's an old quote. That's a good quote. Somebody wants to steal it and make a little business thing. Do it. Okay. I don't remember who said that. I actually think it was Chris Anderson that said that. Not me, another Chris Anderson. But anyway, so with that, I think that a Facebook user is worth like $27. So if you have a Facebook user that likes your post and likes your little group, that's excellent. Okay. Maybe I'll do like a little bit where I show like how I can do social media presence stuff. I'll do that as a separate time, but I just wanted to show the strategy that I was going to use. Okay. If anybody has any questions on this, please comment or, ask me, but this is how I'm starting out. And again, I'm going to go in and actually make the social media stuff, and I'll show you guys how I do that. But this is it. Okay. So I will talk to you guys later, and I hope that you learned something from this.